a casual view of the forecast. And so I want to show you first the temperatures across the nation because, wow, we've got a huge temperature difference. You don't need to be a meteorologist to spot where the cold front is, right? So I'll go ahead and draw it out here for you. It's moving across North Texas as we speak. Right now in San Antonio, we're comfortable in the 60s with low humidity, but we really haven't seen that cold front move through yet. That cold front's not going to get to San Antonio until the overnight hours while we're sleeping. But again, look how cold that air is behind that. It's 39 in Amarillo, in the teens in parts of the Rockies. So this cold air is on its way. I don't anticipate us reaching a freeze here in San Antonio, but this is just the first out of a couple of cold fronts that we're going to see. I want to show you here the highs over the next several days because we have a couple of cold fronts in the mix. The one that's moving through tonight. And then we have another one that's going to move through before Sunday. And this is the big update to the forecast that I was talking about. Might have been the reason why you opened up the app here, is because I expect for us to have a pretty big temperature drop from Saturday to Sunday. Our highs early next week as we head into December only going to be in the 50s. And there's a couple of things to keep in mind here. We're also going to see some rain too, mainly in the form of drizzle during the day on Saturday. So some big changes on the way, and what a change for us, because today we got up to 84 degrees in San Antonio. We were 2 degrees off of a record. The record set back in the 1940s for this day of 86 degrees. So we were 2 degrees shy of that record high. Even though it was warm, it felt okay because humidity was pretty low. And as I mentioned, I mean, things here are about to cool down quite a bit for us. Let's go ahead and take a look across the nation. And you can see that the front that moves through late tonight is going to be a dry cold front. I don't anticipate any rain or precipitation with this initial front. In fact, it's going to allow for us to have very nice weather both tomorrow and Thanksgiving. So the main headlines to focus on in the coming days are that tomorrow it's going to be windy and about 15 to 20 degrees cooler. So we reached 84 today. Tomorrow we're going to be in the 60s for the high. That's it. And this is also going to set up a very beautiful Thanksgiving. We'll talk about your Thanksgiving forecast, how if you're planning on smoking the turkey or smoking the brisket, getting up very early and going outside, it's actually going to be pretty chilly in the morning, but comfortable in the afternoons. And then the weekend, as I mentioned, there's a big change there. We're introducing a strong cold front on Sunday, and Saturday will be damp. So Saturday is not going to be a great day to put up those Christmas lights. Let's start by talking about the winds with the front, because again, this first front is going to arrive sometime after about 2 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully while we're all sleeping, and then by 4 or 5 o'clock, we're going to be seeing wind gusts of up to 35 miles per hour. So a pretty breezy forecast. One thing I would suggest is that if you have some wind chimes outside, if you have lightweight Christmas decorations already up, those inflatables, make sure those are deflated, make sure the Christmas decorations are firmly anchored, and you might consider taking down those wind chimes because they're going to be pretty loud while people are sleeping. So that's something to keep in mind. By the middle of the day tomorrow, though, our winds really start to come down. So tomorrow is going to be a lovely day. As we take a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast here, let's see. There it is, tomorrow's forecast. You can see, as I mentioned, windy in the morning. We're going to be cool too. We're going to be close to 50 degrees early for sunrise tomorrow. So kind of chilly, a little bit of a chill in the air with those winds gusting from the north at about 35 miles per hour. By the middle of the day, as I mentioned, those winds are going to come down, and our high tomorrow is only going to be 67 degrees. That is an improvement, because again, today we were at 84. Some people though like the 80s, so I won't assume that you prefer tomorrow's weather to today's weather. I mentioned too, I want to spend some time and talk about travel because I know a lot of people are planning on hitting the roads tomorrow and the skies. But if you're planning on driving across Texas, or if you have friends and family that are going to be coming to you here in San Antonio, for the most part, the weather will be okay across the state of Texas tomorrow. Chilly in North Texas in the 50s, mild here in San Antonio. The one exception to the nice weather is going to be the Rio Grande Valley. I know we have a lot of people from Laredo, which is not in the Rio Grande Valley, but you know what I mean. Laredo down to the RGV. There are going to be some areas of storms, mainly during the morning tomorrow. So if you're planning on heading south down toward Brownsville, Harlingen, those areas, you might want to delay your travel just a little bit because, again, I think during the morning there could be some pretty robust storms there in the Rio Grande Valley. But if you're traveling elsewhere, if you have family that is coming in on the roads elsewhere from Texas, the weather for the most part is not going to be a major issue. Other than winds will be from the north. So if you're traveling on east to west roads, think about I-10, think about 20. You're going to have to watch out for those high profile vehicles like trucks and those kinds of things because, again, the wind is going to be a little strong. Hold on firmly to the wheel. You'll be just fine. That is a look at Texas, but the same system that is bringing us the nice weather is also going to be causing a headache for major airport hubs like Chicago. You can see that there could be some snow, some mixed precipitation up in the northern part of the United States. So I do think there will be some weather delays in the air tomorrow. That's just something to keep in mind. Then by Thanksgiving itself, areas like Detroit could have actually a snowy Thanksgiving, and it's only going to be in the 30s in those areas. But Thanksgiving itself across Texas is going to be lovely. This is, again, Thursday, November 27th. That's Thanksgiving. You can see that many areas across Texas are going to be experiencing gorgeous weather. Highs in North Texas will be right near 60 degrees, plenty of sunshine. In San Antonio here, we're going to be looking at temperatures eventually reaching the 60s. It'll be a pretty pleasant day, and again, the Rio Grande Valley at 80 degrees. That is Thanksgiving afternoon, but I want to show you the one exception. Thursday morning, okay, it is going to be pretty cold. So as I mentioned earlier, if you're planning on smoking a brisket, smoking a turkey, getting a start to the day before sunrise, bundle up because it is going to be very chilly. Maybe get that chimenea going outside. Enjoy it feeling a little bit more like the holidays. It's only going to be in the upper 30s in areas like Bandera, Bernie, Bulverde, Comfort. Around San Antonio, closer to 40 degrees. So a chilly start to our Thanksgiving. But as I mentioned, the forecast on Thanksgiving Day in San Antonio is going to be absolutely lovely. Take a look at this. I love when I can bust out the turkey graphic. So you can see we'll be chilly in the morning. By the lunch hour, temperatures will be in the 60s already. So it's going to be really lovely. 68 for the high, plenty of sunshine. And then by the evening, we are going to see increasing clouds. And those increasing clouds are really going to be something that is going to cause a quick flip in our weather. And here's what I mean by that. So we were talking about how generally across the state tomorrow travel is going to be okay unless you're going to the RGV. What about after Christmas? So we'll start with after Thanksgiving. Goodness, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll start with Friday. Okay, so here is a look at Friday. I actually have to do this again because thanks for hanging on with me, guys. I'm using the hand tracker here, and sometimes it can be difficult to get my bearings. Let's go to Friday. Okay, here's Friday. Day after Thanksgiving. Notice how much cloudier it is. So we were just talking about how on Thanksgiving itself, it's going to be sunny across the state, and then very quickly it becomes cloudy again across the state. The high here in San Antonio on Friday is going to be close to 60 degrees, so a very cool day. And watch what happens during the day on Friday. We start to see a little bit of drizzle work its way in, especially by Friday night. And then Saturday, when a lot of people are going to start to think about heading out on the roads, I would suggest, if you're planning on driving, perhaps waiting until Sunday if you can. If you can't, that's okay. I'll prepare you here and now for Saturday, because up toward Dallas, Waco, Tyler, Houston, there could be some storms. I think for the most part locally around San Antonio, we're just going to see some drizzle and some light to moderate rain at times, about 60% coverage. So the day after Thanksgiving is just going to be pretty cloudy and cool. And then Saturday, I do think that we could have some showers and storms across parts of North Texas and East Texas. This is why we have another cold front on the way. So we get one cool front overnight and then a stronger cold front on Sunday of this upcoming weekend. So this is a look at Sunday, the busiest travel day across the nation, and you can see the potential here for some serious weather delays across our nation. A very strong system with potential for severe stormy skies out toward Houston on Sunday and even into Louisiana, and then also a lot of snow for areas like Chicago, Detroit, even potentially New York. So this weather maker is going to be a real issue on Sunday across the nation. Again, not necessarily here in San Antonio, because on Sunday in San Antonio, it's going to just pretty much be cloudy and in the 50s. So on the roads on Sunday around the state of Texas, I don't anticipate that many weather issues. Traffic, that'll be another scenario entirely, because again, Sunday is a pretty busy travel day. But as for the forecast on Sunday around Texas, I think we won't be looking at a ton of rain. It's really just areas east of Texas and then up into the Midwest where they could be dealing with some snow. Here it's going to be cool, a high of only 56 on Sunday, and even struggling to get out of the 40s in areas like San Angelo, Waco, staying in the 30s up in Amarillo. So that's the basic travel forecast for you. Again, we can go through this again for you, starting with Wednesday. That's tomorrow. A look at the travel forecast again on Wednesday. We'll walk you through Wednesday. Things look great around San Antonio and around Texas, with the exception of the Rio Grande Valley. Tomorrow, there will be some storms in the RGV. So if you have friends and family traveling up from San Antonio, give them a heads up that in the morning, there will likely be some storms. If you're planning on going down to Brownsville or going down to Harlingen, you might want to wait until the middle of the day, just because, again, these storms are going to be pushing south fairly quickly. Otherwise, nice weather across the state of Texas tomorrow for travel. It's across the nation in areas like Chicago, Detroit, that we could have some weather delays from this snow system. Then by Thanksgiving itself, it is going to be fairly quiet across Texas and very nice. So 50s and 60s in North Texas, near 70 degrees around San Antonio, near 80 for the Rio Grande Valley. A beautiful forecast for Thanksgiving. Then the day after Thanksgiving, Friday, we're going to instantly see clouds return, and temperatures will only get to near 60 degrees. So clouds return on Friday, and then on Saturday, we'll have a fairly damp forecast. Around San Antonio, we'll have drizzle, but there could be some storms up near Dallas, East Texas. That could be a pretty stormy system. And on Sunday itself, across the nation, I foresee several weather delays from this strong low pressure system with a cold front bringing snow, severe weather to parts of the nation. But around San Antonio and around Texas on Sunday, things are going to be fairly quiet, just definitely a little bit cool. Another thing that people love doing, that was a tradition for me, is after Thanksgiving, setting up those Christmas decorations outside, the Christmas lights. Here's a look at that forecast for you. Again, tomorrow is going to be windy in the morning. Temperatures will be in the 60s. There's not going to be any rain tomorrow. It's going to be sunny. Okay. I think setting up the Christmas decorations outdoors will be okay. But again, you're going to have that wind in the morning. It's not really going to settle down until the midday hours. Honestly, over the next several days, the best day to set up the Christmas lights outside is going to be Thanksgiving, but I know a lot of us don't want to do that, right? We kind of just want to relax and enjoy time with family on Thanksgiving or cook. I'll be cooking the green bean casserole. That's my job this year. But the weather is going to be good on Thanksgiving for outdoor decorating because it's going to be sunny and pleasant and in the 60s. There's not going to be any rain. There's hardly going to be any wind. It's going to be beautiful. Then by Friday, I think you could set up the Christmas lights outdoors, but what you'll be running into as a potential issue is that it's going to be cooler in the 50s and cloudy and maybe even some light rain as well, especially during the second part of the day. But Wednesday, Thanksgiving, and Friday, okay, you can choose to set up the Christmas decorations outside. What I don't want everybody to do is I don't want them to set them up on Saturday. That's going to be a bad day to do that because it's going to be damp and drizzly. And I know a lot of people were probably thinking about doing that on Saturday. Again, damp, drizzly in the 60s. You don't want to be getting up on a ladder if it's covered in drizzle. You just don't want to be doing that. So that is a quick look at the outdoor decoration forecast for you. Again, as I look at the main headlines, the biggest thing to take away is that tomorrow will be windy, about 15 to 20 degrees cooler. Thanksgiving is going to be gorgeous. And then as far as the weekend goes, we're going to have a damp Saturday and a strong cold front on Sunday. And we can put it all together for you here in the 7-day forecast. The biggest update to this forecast is right here. It's this front is stronger, it's looking stronger and quicker. So that's why we have this big update for you. It looks like Saturday is going to be damp. Looks like Sunday we're going to be seeing temperatures fall with highs only in the 50s as we start December. So again, thank you for joining me for this Appcast. Just wanted to keep you posted on everything. I know tomorrow's a big travel day. Of course,